Today's color, City Loft. The company, Sherwin-Williams. This is Hue Review, so let's review. Welcome back, guys. This is Hue Review, where I review paint colors the way that I know how. I'm going to give you the vibe, I'm going to tell you if it's versatile or not, and then I'll give you my verdict on whether I like it, whether I would use it in my home, and how I would use it. These are going to be some alternatives from other paint companies, so if you're a painter or yourself, you're just not into using Sherwin-Williams, or you really love the options that Valspar provides you. These are going to be close alternatives to City Loft, and you may have noticed there's a lot of gray happening here. ThePaintPeople.com is your go-to destination for quality paint and paint supplies. We're more than just a paint store, we are your partner in bringing color to life. Our commitment to fast shipping ensures that your order will reach you promptly so you can start your project without unnecessary waiting. Visit our website today and discover a world of colors, quality, and convenience. And as a thank you for supporting us on YouTube, use coupon code JAMES5 for 5% off your order. Let's get into City Loft specifically, because this is the color that you probably searched for, or maybe you were recommended because Google knows that you're into gray. You naughty person, you. For my newer viewers watching and who are maybe confused right now, a lot of people are kind of against gray. Like, we have a lot of graders in the audience. I'm sort of on the fence on whether I'm into gray or not, to be honest. I think depending on how you can use it really plays a huge role as to its effectiveness in your design. It's all personal preference anyway, right? But that tangent aside, City Loft is a lighter gray. And we know this because Sherwin-Williams, like every good paint company, advertises the LRV. This stands for light reflectance value, if you're new here, which is a 0 to 100 percentage of light reflectance. The more light a color reflects, the brighter and lighter it'll appear. Just to give you some context, the brightest white paints that exist sit around 92, 93 LRV. City Loft is at a 70, so quite a bit darker than bright white, but also fairly light objectively. What's interesting here is Sherwin-Williams puts this in their white color family on their website, and that tells me a couple things. One, it's probably a lighter color, which we've talked about, but two, it's also going to be a more neutral color. And neutrals tend to be more desaturated, a bit more muted, a bit softer, not really having a ton of saturation. And this is good if you want your paint color to be more of a blank canvas color to sort of hide in the background, a bit more neutral, a bit more passive, which is nice.
It's nice.
I think City Loft does this quite well. It has that brightness to it. It has that airy quality for a gray, which is unusual because a lot of grays can be more heavy, but more grounded and have a lot more body to them. This is a color that is a lot lighter than you might expect when you hear the name. I will still say that it is kind of in that light gray territory, and gray can vary a ton if you're familiar with paint colors. There's a lot of different directions, different variations of gray. City Loft, surprisingly, it is kind of warm leaning. Like, it has a touch of this taupey quality, like this taupe undertone. If you mixed gray and brown and then put like a couple drops in a can of white paint, you might end up with something like City Loft. Like, it has just a little bit of this beigey quality to prevent it from feeling really gray and really cool leaning. You could technically put this in the very light grayish category, like a gray beige, but I almost see its warmth not coming so much from beige, but more so from a bit of brown, which is an interesting way to approach warmth. I think brown grays are cool. Like, they have this earthiness to them. They're a bit more rugged feeling. You could even call this color a very light Greige because it does have just a touch more of that red in the undertones to give it that earthy quality that I really enjoy in my neutrals. Okay, so what's the versatility here? Is City Loft a color you can use in a variety of situations? The way that I like to rate this is through a tier system. I think City Loft, in terms of versatility, has to go into the A tier. I think this is a color that you can use in a lot of situations, no matter whether you're into something more traditional or especially contemporary or even transitional, coastal, Scandi, modern boho, farmhouse. There are a lot of situations and design styles that would work with City Loft as a paint color. I think what really gives it the edge is that slight bit of beiginess or that taupey quality that prevents it from getting too cool. And also its lightness gives that airiness that a lot of people are looking for, where maybe you're not looking for that sweet spot mid-tone paint color. You want something that's a bit brighter and a bit more buoyant feeling. City Loft will do that. I think this is a color that is very versatile, inside especially, but even when used outside as an exterior color, I could see this being a great choice just if you wanted a very light neutral, like an off-white feeling color on the main body of your home, or it could work as a trim color for a darker main body color to sort of coexist with it. Absolutely very versatile paint color. Not the most versatile. It's not quite S tier, but A tier is pretty good. This is not going to be a color you're going to have to repaint because you changed out your throw pillows. This is a paint color that's probably going to go well with the new pillows you got from IKEA the other day. Put the paint roller down, Mary, okay? Or Josh. Okay, so what's my verdict? What do I actually think of this color? So first of all, I'll tell you how I would use it. On the palette pyramid, this is a color that I would put as a main color, meaning this could be your default color choice for your home. If you had one paint color that you can pick for all the walls inside your home, City Loft would be a great choice for that. It works with different flooring styles, different lighting exposures and bulb types. I find there are so many situations that City Loft can work way more than the opposite. Immensely versatile paint color. So that's how I would use it. But would I? Yeah, I would. I think if I wanted to change up my main color and go for something with a little more depth and maybe more of a grounded earthiness, but still being in that light color category, I would absolutely consider City Loft as one of those colors. It's just great. Some people would say it's not a very exciting color, but the fact that it is so usable does excite me. I think that's a good quality to have. Now, I'll give you some color pairings to end off with. In terms of a white paint color that I think would go well, there's quite a few, honestly, but maybe I'll say natural white just to give you a different option compared to all the other whites that I keep mentioning by Sherwin-Williams. I think it's a great color. The only drawback is it is part of the Emerald Designer Edition collection, so you have to be using that emerald paint to access it, but I think it's an awesome color in conjunction with City Loft. And then in terms of a slightly darker color, to give you a mid-tone option, I'd recommend a new gray. And this is a color that doesn't feel all that gray to me. It has more of that beige happening. So it's going to lean into the warmth in City Loft a little bit more heavy. And I think that's a great choice. It's just going to bring that nice, mellow, mid-tone energy without doubling down on gray, which can be a bit depressing to some people. So those are my options. And that's a review. If you want a fully fleshed out City Loft color palette at the end of the week, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll put it on our next episode of Palette Pyramids. And then in terms of another video right now, you can watch this one